Welcome to my channel. Stay for the story.
Scientist designation, K-Town of the Virat Collective, research vessel Inquiry of the Void. Mission, analysis of planetary body G4572-3, local designation Earth and its dominant sentient species, self-identified humans. K-Town speaking. This is preliminary report number, I don't know. It hardly matters anymore. Earth, the third planet of an unremarkable system, orbiting a modest yellow star. At a glance, it should be a standard terrestrial body with inhabitable parameters. It is not. It is a death world. I know that term is used loosely in some academic circles. I know classifications vary depending on the criteria of one's species, but I am a scientist. I do not exaggerate. This planet is a place of relentless hostility. Its atmosphere is saturated with oxygen, a corrosive gas that accelerates combustion. Its gravity is punishing, nearly twice the force of standard habitable worlds. The planetary crust is in a constant state of agitation. Tectonic shifts cause the ground itself to rip apart and consume entire cities. The magnetic field bombards the surface with solar radiation, and its vast oceans birth monstrosities of unimaginable scale. And yet, it sustains life. No, sustain is the wrong word. Life on this planet does not simply persist. It fights for every moment it exists. I have catalogued over 8.7 million distinct species so far, and nearly all possess natural weaponry. Fangs, claws, neurotoxins, regenerative properties. Even the plants here are predatory. There is a species that lures its prey, ensnares it, dissolves its body and consumes it. The flora hides its hunger behind beauty. It should be impossible. And yet, that is the phrase I keep returning to in my observations. This should be impossible. I have studied many sentient species in my time. Some evolved in dense jungles, others in the crushing depths of oceans, still more in the void of space itself. But none compare to the humans. I will state it plainly. They are weak. No armor plating, no natural venom, no camouflage or built-in weaponry. Their flesh is soft, their young are helpless for years. They have no speed, no strength that surpasses the beasts of their world, no means of self-defense save crude tools and the strength of their malformed hands. And yet, they remain. No, they do more than remain. They dominate. They have no genetic advantage, no physiological edge. They are torn, broken, battered by their own world, and they persist. I have seen footage of their wars, their catastrophes, their unthinkable resilience. They fall and do not stay down. They suffer and do not cease function. Their bodies should fail, their minds should break, but they refuse. I have personally observed one of their kind drown. I recorded the biological cessation of function. And yet, 2 cycles later, I saw that same human walking among its peers. They cut them open, forced the water from its lungs, restarted its own failing heart. They reject their own deaths. This cannot be. I have recalibrated my instruments. I have reviewed the data. I have cross-checked with centuries of biological precedent, but the conclusion does not change. This planet, this world designed to kill, was meant to grind them to dust. And instead, they call it home.